Very well, I can understand that. I suppose if I were in your place, I might actually think along the same lines. However, if I can see how it grows, what it needs to grow and spread, what it likes and what it dislikes, we may be able to slow it down a bit. First thing to do is observe it in as greater detail as possible. I don't have my full kit with me, so I was travelling a little light, but I'll certainly make a start on it. Is there anything specific you can tell me from what you have observed? Does it grow faster during the day or during the night, during wet weather or dry? It may grow a little faster during wet times than dry, but day or night makes no difference. It sprouts up all over the place, then covers the ground very quickly. Out of all the animals that are here, there are none that eat the soil moss? I'll continue with his line of questions. No, none bothers with the stuff. Every so often, one of the Forsaken tries to do something with it, but we fail. It isn't poisonous in itself, but it can give an upset stomach if eaten in too large a quantity. Problem is, the plant is all fibre and water, and has nothing worthwhile eating. We can't even use it to make materials or something really productive. We do manage to burn it for fuel, but even then, it has to be chopped up and dried for weeks. Thanks for the information. It should help. Gilo acknowledged Farmer's input. The information Farmer had given him was fairly wide-ranging and should have been quite useful, only Gilo hadn't heard of a plant which acted like this before. Gilo then carefully took out a scalpel and sliced the relatively tough strands of the soil moss, then examined them with a magnifying glass. It did appear that each of the strands appeared to be nothing more than a hollow tube filled with a fluid. Around the outside seemed a minimum amount of chlorophyll. I'll explain some of the things, if not others. The hollow, fibrous tube would indeed present little that would be nutritious to any grazer. For anything to eat this stuff would have to eat so much that it would be very slow and vulnerable to predation, let alone the factor of the upset stomach. The fibrous shoots themselves, the way they were constructed, could indeed grow very rapidly and cover a great deal of the ground. However, even allowing for the fact that nothing really was eating the moss, where did it get the energy from to grow so rapidly? Over time, the soil moss would produce quite substantial amounts of energy, but the amount per strand per day would be tiny compared to the reported growth speed. Well, Farmer, so far some things make sense and others don't. I can see where it gets the water and energy from to grow so fast over such a wide area. I'd have thought that such a plant should suffer in any dry period without so much water needed for its fibrous tubes. So it's true the dratty thing is mostly water. However, on the outside it never seems to give off any of its water unless the skin is broken, unlike other plants which do seem to sweat a bit. The soil moss never does that. The coating on the outside seems totally leak-proof.